It's time for the Wrestling on Wii, SmackDown, and Rampage King Size Review Joy and Blunt Ratings. Now, here are your hosts, The Boss, Mr. HD, and Two-Face the Wild Boy.
Hey everybody, say what's up to Two-Face the Wild Boy. Say what's up, Two-Face. Psych, it's Lynch Ty in the building. He's going to be co-hosting with me today since Two-Face is having some technical difficulties. But we're having some technical difficulties. We really can't figure out what it is right now. Two-Face can't connect to the stream. We've been trying to get it right for the last 20 minutes or so. And just can't get it right. And it sucks. Because the show is always better with both of us. But I am here. I'm sure Two-Face will join the chat at some point. Sorry for the delay. Gruss, Alex, whoever else, Camilla, everybody else that was in here, man. Appreciate you guys sticking with us as always. Obviously, the background is a mess right now because I tore down that setup. I'm rebuilding that setup, or that's half of the room. I have a whole new setup on this side. Well, Lennox is departing now. He's making his exit. Say bye, Liddy. Say bye to the people. Say bye, people. He did not pay attention. All right. So, let's talk about SmackDown. It was a crazy show. We had some interesting things that happened on the show. We're going to get through it real quick, and because I really want to talk about the end. I think that was the best part of the show, but there was also other good parts, but we're going to talk about them all. The show opened up with the Tribal Chief, as always, coming out. And he basically called Heyman out for what he did with the belts at the pay-per-view. He's like, bro, I don't really feel comfortable with you around. Like, why did you throw the belt, in between us? Like, I told you to hand me the belt, and you kind of just threw it into the land of nothingness. Roman called him out, said he wasn't very good at his job, which I thought was funny. They kind of just moved past that. And then Roman called out Brock, said, Brock, you scared of me? You said you was going to come here. Do something. The funniest line of the promo was like, Roman said, I beat his ass so bad he's tweeting. I thought that was hilarious. Well-timed line by Roman Reigns. Well executed. He's fully into his swag. I love it. We went to commercial, came back. Roman's still in the ring calling out Brock. We think Brock's not going to show up at some point. Roman's about to leave. And then, obviously, Brock's music hit. And he came down to the ring slowly at first, but then he ran the ring, and him and Roman started going at it. And we had a brawl until, obviously, the Usos came out to help out. They got destroyed by Brock Lesnar, but Roman Reigns had time to get away. So it's definitely not over between Roman Reigns and definitely not over with Brock Lesnar, because our next segment was kind of the same segment, but went to commercial and came back, and Adam Pearce is in the ring. Terrible mistake, because going to the ring wasn't the mistake. He decided to do the right thing. What he should do is his job. Poor guy. Like, this is the toughest he sounded in like 6 months. And then it quickly went back to nothing afterwards because he suspended Brock Lesnar indefinitely. First of all, I like to point out that indefinite suspension shit is stupid, because who decides when he comes back? And obviously the boss does, but they should have just done, we all know he's coming back for the Rumble. Just say he's coming back. So when he comes back, it's like, oh, I guess they lifted his suspension right in time for the Rumble. Right? Why don't they just suspend him for 60 days? He don't have to come back in 60 days, but just be like, he's suspended for 60 days. That's, plenty of time before the Rumble. Probably have another month or so before the Rumble after that. Maybe 2, but you don't have to announce that he's suspended. But when he comes back, everybody's like, oh yeah, he was only suspended for 60 days, so he can come back. But if you just bring him back and don't ever mention that his suspension was lifted, his indefinite suspension was lifted, then people are just like, so I guess I should assume, or did he just show up? Should we call the police? I don't know. Is he supposed to be here or is he not? Like, but of course the announcer's gonna act like we stupid and we forgot about this, what happened yesterday. But that just would have made a lot more sense to me. 60, 90-day suspension, just makes more sense. Anyways, so Adam Pearce suspended him. indefinitely. Brock Lesnar said, oh yeah, bitch? Came out, F5'd the shit out of Adam Pearce, split his pants wide open, literally bust his ass, and then F5'd him again. So, yeah, yeah, and Michael Cole, it was ironic that Michael Cole said, I can't believe Brock Lesnar is attacking a WWE official when he literally does it like once a year. That's literally part of his gimmick, is to just beat up everybody in the vicinity. I wish that he would have got Michael Cole or Pat McAfee. I wish Pat McAfee would have took the bump. But obviously Brock is a babyface. Pat is a babyface commentator, so I don't know if that would have made sense. He would have had to. He couldn't have been nice to Brock no more on the mic. He'd have had to call him the beta male of our species. That would have been his new calling card. But after that, oh man, this segment hurt my soul, y'all. And when I explain, I know some of y'all had to feel me. Where's Camilla? Is Camilla back in here yet? I know she felt me on this. I thought about her when this happened. I was like, ooh, she gonna be mad. So Sonya Deville is on the phone working everything out, saying Adam Pearce will be fine, I guess. Then Naomi just popped out of nowhere. Great timing, Naomi. But she popped out of nowhere while the chaos is going on and wants to smoke with Sonya. Like, yeah, I want a fair match with you. First of all, bitch just set you up. Literally just set you up to get your ass whooped by Shayna Baszler. Attacked you 2-on-1 unfairly. And you walk up and asked her for a fair match? Naomi is the dumbest babyface on the roster. Is no more arguing. She's the dumbest babyface on the roster. May not be her fault, but she's the dumbest babyface on the roster. So she asked for a fair fight. Stupid as hell. Sonya Deville continues to like just carry the shit out of her. Like, yeah, I got bigger things to worry about. Like, no, you don't, bitch. It's like, we fought last week. I am your problem. But that's not what Naomi said. Naomi scuffed and walked off. That's not what made it really bad. First of all, okay, Brock Lesnar destroys WWE officials. Naomi does what she does. And then immediately after Naomi walked off, Drew McIntyre came up to Sonya and was like, bitch, I don't care what you are talking about or who you are. I'm going out to the ring and I'm calling somebody out. My match is next. I was like, wait a minute. Why ain't Naomi do that? What did she? Why is Naomi the only one that cares what the fuck Sonya has to say about anything? It happened in the same segment. It's the same segment. They literally made Naomi look like a weak link and then had Drew come in and like, yeah, I don't give a shit with you. And Sonya was just like, whatever. It's like, this is the same segment. Like, they ain't even spread it out. They put Naomi in between Brock Lesnar destroying officials and Drew McIntyre sunning the shit out of Sonya Deville. They put her in the middle of that, being made to look like a chump once again by Sonya Deville. This was whack as hell. I hated it. I hated it mostly for Naomi. The rest of it was cannon fodder. It was what it was. But after that, we did get a good match. Drew went in the ring and called out somebody. Excuse me. He went to the ring and called out anybody. And Sami Zayn came out. Sami Zayn said he was the leader of the locker room. And once he beats Drew McIntyre, that will continue. Obviously, he lost. He lost, and it was funny how he lost because he had the upper hand. Then he tried to mock Drew McIntyre with the Claymore countdown. And as soon as he turned around, the boot was in his face. He got hit with the Claymore and pinned for the 1, 2, 3. After that, Hit Row is on the way. Hype package. Can't wait to talk about that. Then we had the coronation of Xavier Woods. Nothing much to talk about except say that it was very entertaining, and I'm looking forward to Xavier Woods as the king of the ring, and we are all his loyal subjects. And yeah, it should be fun watching him walk around and having Kofi be his court jester. The irony is his name is Kingston. You know what I mean? It's like, is Kofi Kingston? Do you have to change Kofi's name because there can only be one king? I don't know. Anyways, Becky Lynch promo after that, she says she never lost that women's title, so maybe they'll have Becky 2 belts come back. So once again, WWE teasing matches that aren't going to happen. Thanks. That's a way to get people to keep watching after you disappoint them once again. We're going to talk about the outro, the end of the show. Excuse me. Over here choking to death. But yeah, we're going to talk about the end of the show in a minute. It was a mess. But after that, Mansoor went up against Mustafa Ali. Well, we had a high package for Xia Li, which was good because I'm looking forward to her being called up. Then Mansoor went up against Mustafa Ali. Quick match. Mansoor got another dub over Ali. Ali, something's got to happen with him. At some point, Mansoor got another dub. I'm happy they didn't do 50-50 booking. Didn't ruin the pay-per-view match. So all good things. Then they had like a run of all the, the draft pick, new draft picks to SmackDown. Ridge Holland cut a promo, said if anybody would have, told him he'd be on SmackDown today, he would have believed him. Aaliyah said things about to get a little more bougie around here. Humberto Carrillo, Angel Garza said, when you're this pretty, it's easy to win, or winning is easy. And Sheamus said, bitch, I just deliver bangers. You know my name. And then after that, we had one of the most fire debuts of all time. I'm not gonna let you argue with me. It's not a debate. I don't care what you think. It's one of the greatest debuts of all time. It was perfect. The only thing that could have been better about it is they could have beat some actual talented wrestlers. Could have threw Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode in there and squashed them. But we got time to build up to that, obviously. Hero. I'm choking, so I can't sing right now. I want to sing the song, but I can't. But yeah, Hit Row, B-Fab, Ashanti the Adonis, Top Dollar, and Isaiah Swerve Scott made their debut on SmackDown. Finally, they came out, cut a promo. One of they rapping, talking promos, everybody dropping bars. It was dope. Then they got in the ring and they just squashed the shit out of, not they, it was Top Dollar and Swerve in a tag match against two local jobbers, and they squashed them. The finish was dope. Top Dollar had one dude, carrying one dude in the world's strongest slam position. Other dude was on his back, did a power slam to one of them while the other dude did a reverse Samoan drop with the other dude. It was pretty fucking dope. It was pretty fucking dope. Isaiah Swerve Scott ended it when he kicked one of them in the head, followed by a sidewalk slam by Top Dollar, and the 1-2-3 by Swerve for the win. Good match, quick match like it was supposed to be, but great showing by Top Dollar. This is how you present new acts on the roster. You don't have them come up and lose to Jeff Hardy. So I'm glad that we didn't do nothing crazy like that. Hit Row they're going to be superstars. They're all talented. B-Fab at some point, sometimes she could be a little cringe. I love the female element of it. Like, she's dope, but my name is B-Fab because I be fat. Like, I'm not in third grade. You're going to have to do better than that. If I'm going to say, yeah, you got bars, you're talented. Like, I mean, her verse is first on the theme song, and she's spitting, so I know she can rap. That's just a terrible line. That was suffering succotash levels of corny. You know what I mean? My name is B-Fab because every time you see me, I be fab. Bitch, we get it. Like, we knew. We assumed that was what it was. You ain't have to explain it. God damn it. So that part annoyed me. But other than that, love Hit Row. Love everything they doing. B-Fab, Adonis, Top Dollar, Swerve. Shout out to Top Dollar going at the motherfucking whatever them hillbillies are that claim to be sneakers heads over at AEW. Yeah, I said it. So I love everything they doing, even on social media. I love these guys. I want a Hit Row album. A real Hit Row album. WWE obviously gonna be the ones that put it out, but I'll take it. I'll still listen to it. I'll stream it on Spotify. Give me a Hit Row album. I think Swerve and Top Dollar are dope. MCs. And that's coming from a 10-year veteran MC who is an award-winning MC and has traveled the world doing the music shit. That's me. These dudes are dope. You know what I mean? It's like, they dope. Obviously, Top Dollar sounds like a straight battle rapper. You know what I mean? He sounds like a battle, but I love battle rap. I made my name battle rapping in DC and New York. That's how I made my name in rap. That's how I got my confidence. I ain't gonna say that's how I made my name, but that's how I got my confidence and, believe that I was good through battle rapping. Fucking 2001, 2002, 2000, a long time ago. I'm old. But anyways, Hit Row could have hit harder. What could they have done? What could they have done? I'm interested to know what they could have done to have a better debut than what they did. Outside of the two things I said, B-Fab, that corny line, and then possibly beating somebody more important than the local jobbers. Like, obviously that didn't show off their wrestling skills or their talent because they're supposed to beat those guys. But whatever. After that, Caleb Braxton was in front of the trainer's room. Sonya Deville came out and said that Adam is going to be all right, even though he's a little fragile. He's always putting her over, letting her stand in front of him. And all she does is shit on him. Like, obviously she's a heel, but I hate her. Like, I legit hate Sonya Deville. You know what I mean? It's like, I almost said something fucked up. I ain't going to say that because I don't hate her in real life. I don't know her. That would have been too far. But as far as a wrestling character, I hate her. Adam apparently, didn't listen to Sonya because she said she would go out there and talk to Brock and tell him he was suspended. I wish she would have, and I wish she would have F5 her. That would have been so much better TV. But she just said she got to take care of the championship exchange between Becky and Charlotte going on later tonight. After that, we had Shinsuke and Happy Corbin. Obviously, this match is slightly important because Happy Corbin's whole sad Corbin to Happy Corbin thing started when Shinsuke beat him for his crown. So this is Happy Corbin coming full circle, and he did get the win with a end of days. It was a decent match, pretty good match. Honestly, hot take, I'm not that big of a fan of Shinsuke Nakamura. I think his moveset is kind of sloppy. The Kinshasa is his moveset. He doesn't wrestle like he did in New Japan. Let's just say that. So it's different and just not that exciting. So hot take, I guess. Happy Corbin. Not a big fan of the Happy Corbin version. Just wasn't into this that much. Wasn't into it when it was happening the first time. Outside of Corbin turning into a bum. That was fun for a few weeks. Then we had a Charlotte Flair promo. She said that Becky should be used to carrying her suitcases. She's been doing that for her whole career. It's throwing shade at Becky. I didn't know this was gonna turn out the way it did, ladies and gentlemen, because we got to talk about this main event segment. Nakamura hasn't been hot since Triple H NXT. A lot of that, you could say that for about 30 people. But yeah, that's true. This championship exchange, ladies and gentlemen, this was a mess. First of all, it's the second time that it's happened. The New Day and Street Profits had to do it last year when they switched brands. It's a dumb idea. Just tell a story to where they have to win the belts some other way. Like, just exchanging the belts is just stupid. Or just do it off TV. Just say, all right, these people drafted, these people are drafted there, so they're just going to swipe titles. Announce it on the website. We don't need to see a segment. It's dumb. It's pointless. This is probably the greatest one of all time for all the wrong reasons. First of all, Becky came out. Then Charlotte came out. Sonya asked the two champions to exchange titles. And Charlotte, man, this is going to be tough to discuss. Charlotte threw the title at Becky's feet. It's like, bitch, here. There's so many things wrong with that. So many things wrong with that. First of all, the belt. It's a world championship. You might as well have just thrown it in the trash can. I mean, I know you rocked the Alundra Blaze ponytail last night, which looked like some horse's tail. That shit looked terrible. But you don't throw a championship belt on the ground like that. I mean, I know Brock Lesnar threw his at Vince McMahon, but no one saw that. But yeah, you just don't. It just looked really disrespectful to a belt that y'all were crying about having. And no, we don't want a butterfly belt. We want a real title belt. We want to pay attention to the women's division. All that. You can't do that, Charlotte. Second of all, that's Becky fucking Lynch. That I know you have the last name Flair. I know that you're great. I defend you all the time on this channel. I think you're great. You're one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time. Top 5 in America. I don't even want to deal with y'all. So in America, top 5 of all time women's wrestlers, maybe top 3. You should know better. Like, you don't get over beating someone if you try to bury them at the same time. It looked like pure jealousy. It was one of the most hated things I've ever seen anyone do. Like, and this clearly wasn't a part of the storyline, because you immediately recognize that when Becky looked down like, bitch, I'm not picking that up. You got me fucked up. I was like, okay, this ain't supposed to happen. None of this is supposed to happen. I don't think it is. Gruss thinks it's a work. I don't think that's a work. Because I don't see the point of it. Maybe if they circle back, but I just don't think you get Charlotte to try to bury Becky in that way. Becky's like the biggest star in the company. Her and Roman Reigns are the 2 biggest stars in the company. I think Charlotte is feeling that. There's the rumors with people not liking her backstage, the whole thing with Becky and being more liked than her and people actually being upset about that. Those are real rumors. Maybe Charlotte's heard some, I'm sure she's heard a lot of this. She reads the dirt sheets. She's always commenting on them. So I feel like maybe some of that is getting to her, and the jealousy is fucking with her. Like, damn, Becky is hot. You know what I mean? Excuse me. I hope I stop choking at some point. But Becky is hot, and maybe I'm not who I think I am, who I say I am. I won a lot of titles. She took shots at Sasha, talking about people might not even remember her reigns, but Charlotte's had a 1-day title reign. She's had a 1-week title reign. She's had a bunch of short title reigns. She just had a whole lot of them. And she's never been the fucking Mandalorian. Sasha doing other shit. So I ain't trying to hear all that throwing shade at Sasha. Anyways, Charlotte kind of pissed me off. I mean, Sonya looked at Charlotte like, bitch, what the fuck are you doing? Like, this ain't how the segment is supposed to go. Pick the belt up. Like, pick the belt up and hand it to her. And she picked it up and she handed it to Sonya. She ain't even handed it to Becky. She handed it to Sonya to hand it to Becky. And then Becky was like, man, fuck this bitch. Like, Becky ain't even want to give her belt up after that. She was on her Bret Hart. You know what I mean? Shit. You know how Bret Hart was like, fuck Shawn Michaels. He said he wouldn't do the same for me, so fuck him. I'm not fucking with him. I'm not dropping the belt to him. Then we get, obviously some Survivor Series. So anyways, yeah, it's like, it's like Becky was just holding the belt and she was looking like, man, I don't even want to give her the belt now, man. Fuck this bitch. And then she threw her belt down too. And Sonya's like, come on, yo, pick the belt up, man. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing right now? Y'all being super. So, Becky picked up the belt. Like, I wasn't trying to do this shit. She the one started it. Here, take the fucking belt. You know what I mean? And Becky, then Sasha's music hit. That's when Sasha came out and, Becky was like, I'm going to Raw. I'll let y'all deal with this shit. And Sasha and Charlotte had a brawl after Charlotte talked some shit to her. Sasha just punched her in the mouth and they brawled and got separated, and that's how the show ended. And apparently, like I said, this was all a shoot. It felt real, just like Charlotte and Nia felt real. That wasn't a work. That match between Charlotte and Nia, I don't care what nobody say, that wasn't a work. Like people will be mad at both of them because working stiff. Those are probably the two stiffest wrestlers in the women's division, Nia and Charlotte. And they get in the ring together and shit happens. The same thing, like we can't sit up here and act like this shit don't be happening. Like this shit is what it is. Like people have egos and wrestlers have egos, even in this day where everybody's friends backstage and all that shit. Like it's not the Attitude Era. Some people still got egos. And Charlotte comes from a wrestling family, you know, to where, you know, she's definitely gonna have an ego. That Flair name gives her the right to have an ego, and her talent and credibility and resume does as well. But you can't have an ego to the point to where you're burying other superstars once they get to your level, because then people just gonna not like you for real. And that's the point. Like I felt it last night. I was like, ooh, nah, fuck you, Charlotte. Like I don't like that shit. Like don't be throwing the belt at nobody's feet because you don't want to switch title. Or it's not even you getting the belt back. It's not even like you get like I can understand. Oh, I worked so hard for this. I got to give it up. But you're getting a belt back. Like so, what's the point of throwing it at her? And you ain't even facing her in a match. Like you ain't even like I ain't got a one-on-one, and she challenged you to a match. Like that was Charlotte did say something during like maybe we should have a one-on-one match, and then they just kind of went past it. Like they teased it twice that they should fight for it and didn't fight for it. We just got a messy ass. Gruss says the work shoot could be a work shoot, but it's definitely a shoot in some aspects because you could just tell by the mannerisms. I could tell when two women are not feeling each other in real life. Like you could tell when, you know, you could tell when it's a work. Like when two females really don't, you know, ain't feeling some shit that's going on, you could tell. When Goldberg kneed the shit out of or punched the shit out of Braun Strowman, uppercutted him twice for, you know, hitting him so stiff, you knew shit was real. You knew that. Was like, oh shit, he was mad. He punched him for real. That was. So sometimes shit happens like that, man. Sometimes people make mistakes in the ring. This was a mistake by Charlotte. You know, she had a lapse in judgment. We don't have much news to cover. This was all the news, so we're not going to do news today. But Andrade did tweet out afterwards, you know, FUWWE. He tweeted out after Rampage. He also tweeted out after he had an amazing match with Pac. We'll talk about that in a minute. But they just setting up Survivor Series. Hey, yeah, I could see it. I could see them setting up Survivor Series. I could see, you know, because Becky did say, you know, I'll see one of you guys at Survivor Series. I'm assuming it'll probably still be Charlotte at that point because Survivor Series is right around the corner. So, you know, but I feel like Bianca could very well be in that mix as far as getting one of those titles back. She still hasn't got her rematch against Becky. I don't know if they're going to save that for the Rumble. That rematch for the Rumble or whatever, or maybe they'll save that rematch for WrestleMania next year. There's fans one more time, so who knows? I enjoyed the segment because, you know, I like train wrecks like this in wrestling. It's always fun and funny to watch, and you know there's going to be some news coming out of it afterwards, which there was. I was not surprised at all to hear that they had animosity backstage. You can see it, and it's so easy to see why, because Charlotte's jealous. She's clearly jealous that there's her whole gimmick is she's number one. She's the best. She's the greatest. Not many fans feel like that. She's the only one that's saying that. Like there was a point where fans is like, yeah, she's got it. She's the best. She's got so many more title reigns than people. Becky wasn't even close to being. She was still the last kicker. She's gone. Bailey wasn't a heel, wasn't as hot. She was still fucking 5-year-old Bailey. Sasha's always been dope. You know what I mean? Sasha. But she ain't have as much competition as she does now for that top spot. Bianca wasn't around. Now she's looking around like, damn, these bitches is fire. Am I still the queen? Yeah, it's like, so you could legit see how somebody, you know, who feels like they're the greatest in real life feels like they're the greatest. I don't think it's a work when Charlotte's like, no, bitch, I'm the fucking best. Like you can see it in her face. She feels like she's the actual best. And forever, I've said that she is the best. I've said that, you know, she's like 1A, 1B. with Sasha. Becky's right behind those two, and Bayley as well. Bianca's obviously up there now. But shit, at this point, I would probably reorganize the list of those are the top 5 women in WWE, maybe in all of pro wrestling. You could throw Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa and Io Shirai in there, Asuka when she gets a chance in there for the round out of top 10. But those ladies are in the top 5 or 6. So, but you could definitely rearrange that list. Bianca might be at the top of it. Bianca might be at the top. With one arm I lift. on our Kanye shit. Like, stop playing with me. Bianca is a beast. Sasha is don't need a belt and will still be one of the greatest draws and pro wrestlers in the company as long as she's around. And she's a movie star now. TV star, movie star, whatever. And Becky Lynch is the hottest female wrestler in the business. Bar none, period. Not close. So you got all these women. Bayley, when she's around, she's far more entertaining than Charlotte as a heel. Far more entertaining. I'm calling it how I see it. It's hard for me to say because I've been the biggest Charlotte supporter in the world. It's tough for me to say this, but it is what it is. How would y'all rank those 5 women? Like, I would definitely say Bianca, Becky, Sasha, Bayley, and then Charlotte. She's 5th. That 5th, being 5th when you think you're first and finding out that the fans don't really fuck with you like that. And people backstage, hearing rumors, people backstage, your coworkers don't fuck with you like that. They don't even want you on the show. It cause somebody to act a little funny, in certain situations. So that's it. I'm interested to see what happens from that. That's it for our Monday Night Raw review. Now let's get right into these blunt ratings.
It's time for the Blunt Ratings. If this is your first time tuning in, this is how the Blunt Ratings work. We take each show and break them down into 5 categories: matches, promos and backstage segments, storytelling, commentary, and the crowd. For each category, each show can get up to 5 blunts. The average score of those 5 categories stands as the official Blunt Rating. Those are the rules. Now let's get right into tonight's edition of the Blunt Ratings.
We want the smoke. Talk to him. We want the smoke. Uh-huh. We want the smoke. Come on, Charlie.
Hey. Oh. Solo scene. What's going on? Oh, my mic is on, but my camera's not on. Hold on. Let me get right real quick. Let me get right. I wasn't planning on doing the show solo. But yeah, so Gruss says Sasha, Belair, Bayley, Becky. You can't have Becky at number 4, bro. You high. Becky, what? Like, as far as what? Like, I'm sorry, bro, that you tripping. You can't. Bayley is great. I mean, they're all great. It's a tough argument. I don't hate that list. I mean, Sasha at number 1. I think you just going off her looks. We going off looks. Sasha's number 1. Sasha's number 2. Sasha is number 3. Bianca will be number 4, and number 5 will be Sasha. After that, yeah, I'm good. But we're not talking about looks. We talking about overall wrestling, career, legacy, talent, promos, everything, all in one. Obviously, Sasha is a 99 overall, 2K rating. You know what I mean? If we going like that, but so is Becky. You know what I mean? And so is Bianca. I can't say Bianca's better in the ring than Sasha. Damn, this is tough. That's tough. Man, maybe you're not tripping. I don't know. It's a good argument, though. It's definitely a good discussion. That's making my brain hurt trying to think about it. But they all like 1, A, B, C, D, and E. I'm not mad at Thunder Rosa, but you got to not having Charlotte in there. Damn, bro. Is she falling that far down? Is Thunder Rosa better than Charlotte? Is Britt Baker better than Charlotte? Not in the ring. We not going. She's out, but just overall, is Britt Baker better than Charlotte? Would I rather see a Britt Baker promo / match or Charlotte promo / match? For the sake of my soul, I'm not even going to answer my own question because I know the answer and I don't want to say it out loud. So let's get into these blunt ratings for matches. Where is my lighter? Where is my lighter? I can't do the blunt ratings without a blunt. Or in this case, a joint. So yeah, matches on SmackDown, pretty good. I would give the matches like 3 blunts. I like Drew versus Sammy. Pretty good match. It wasn't like a lot of wrestling on the show though. It wasn't, was that what were the other? Wait a minute. There was Shinsuke Nakamura and Happy Corbin, but the only other matches was the Hit Row squash match and Mansoor and Ali that lasted 2 minutes. 2.5. I'm sorry, 3 was way too much. 2.5. So, yeah, because I love the squash match with Hit Row because it did its job, but that's more aligned with storytelling, not the actual wrestling. But they did their thing in the ring, squash 2 jobbers. So, yeah, 2.5 for matches. Promos and backstage segments, I'm going to give that a 4. Solid 4. I almost went 4.25 on that one. But I like all the newcomers to SmackDown cutting promos. Aaliyah's line was kind of SmackDown about to get a little more bougie. It's like, is it? But it's like Charlotte's on the show. I think that's about as bougie as it's gonna get. All the stuff with Sonya Deville and Kayla and Naomi, that kind of pissed me off. The Naomi shit definitely took the point off. That's why it can't be a 5. The Charlotte and Becky shit was a mess. It was a mess, but it was entertaining though. It was an entertaining 3.5. 4 is too much. I'm sorry. 4 is too much. It's SmackDown. I always want to give it the benefit of the doubt all the time, but it's just that was terrible. Storytelling, everything with Roman Reigns is amazing. The Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar feud is going to go on forever. Let's be honest. It's going to go over forever. Brock Lesnar is amazing, even as a babyface. I think I like him more as a babyface. He's like the big Viking, as McAfee calls him. Yeah, storytelling was great for the most part. Like I like the whole fact that, they keeping all the ladies intertwined. We already discussed how it went down, but I like the fact that all 4 of these ladies are still involved. Can't wait for Bayley to come back and see how Asuka gets involved. And hopefully Naomi gets involved in this because Lord knows this better be leading to somewhere with her because that part of the storytelling tonight was trash. They just made her look like a simp once again. Naomi looks like a fucking weirdo, lame loser who just won't take her opportunities when they're not given to her. Like everybody else be like, fuck y'all, I'm gonna just do what I want to. Naomi's the only one like, please sir, may I have another? No, bitch. Okay, sir, I'm gonna go over here, sir. Shut your dumb ass up. You ain't getting nothing now. She pissed me off last night. That pissed me off, man. I ain't gonna even lie. That shit made me mad. So storytelling, I'll give him a 3.5 for storytelling. Solid storytelling. Maybe we'll get a Drew McIntyre Sami Zayn feud, which will be fun. Very fun. I think I could see those guys wrestle a couple more times. Would love to see Sammy get a couple sneaky wins. He's got to get some big wins. He loses too much. I think the only person he's beat in the last year is Dominic. But yeah, so 3.5 blunts for storytelling as well. Commentary was great last night. Super on point. Even Pat McAfee caught his one mistake when he said something about Shinsuke. He was like, Shinsuke finally got hot when he joined with Bugs, and he immediately I was like, oh no. As soon as he said it, I was like, oh no, the internet is breaking. I could feel the internet. I could feel it shattering into multiverses. I was like, oh no, he's gonna get canceled tonight. It'll be gonna be over. Oh man, all the wrestling trolls are gonna be after him. But Michael Cole made the save, and then he corrected himself. Michael Cole actually, Shinsuke's been hot for a long time. He's a Royal Rumble winner, champion, multiple. He's like, yeah, I know. Before I was about to correct myself before everybody came after me. So he caught his one mistake. I thought it was funny how they did that. Because he's just talking, trying to put over somebody, and then realized he put him over a little too much, or maybe in the wrong way, and kind of didn't put him over. But yeah, it was what it was. Commentary, I'll give him a solid 4 blunts. Love this commentary team. Michael Cole isn't annoying anymore. And the crowd was a solid 4 last night. Nothing crazy, nothing bad. I think there was one what chant, but it was good because whoever was doing the promo at the time was like, yes, call it Xavier Woods. That's who it was, I'm pretty sure. He asked the question. They were like, what? He was like, yep, call and response, good job, and moved on from it. That's how you got to respond to that stuff. You can't be like, oh, don't wet me out unless you want them to do it. You know what I mean? Then, because the more you tell them not to do it, the more they're going to do it. That's what trolls do. So that's the blunt ratings for Friday Night SmackDown. Let's see what we got. We got 8, 15, 17 and a half. Let me do my math real quick because I can't divide in my head. Let's see, 17 and divided by 5. That's a 3.5. It's 3.5 for SmackDown. Silver badge. Good show for SmackDown, as always. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for our SmackDown coverage. Now, we're going to get right into Rampage. Let's do it.
If you can't say something entertaining, then shut the hell up.
Wrestling on Wii. Wrestling on Wii.
Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, Mr. HD, back. We about to do this Rampage review real quick. The show started off with Orange Cassidy versus Will Hobbs, man. I love Rampage because it's so quick. An hour-long wrestling show is like the perfect length on a weekday, especially a Friday night. Cassidy came out, with his back and ribs all taped up, getting beat down. Had a recap of, his 12-second win over Will Hobbs last year, before Will Hobbs was popping, when Cassidy was at his peak at that point. He got caught with a spine buster at one point. Cassidy kicked out, though. Hobbs was manhandling Cassidy during the whole match. Hobbs was targeting the taped up back and ribs. Obviously, that's why nobody should ever wear tape on their ribs when they come out for a wrestling match. You might as well just put a bullseye on your body. Anyways, Hobbs dodged orange punch at one point. Hobbs then started to beat up Cassidy and threw a temper tantrum at the ref. Cassidy capitalized and got the win with the mousetrap pinfall. Cassidy qualifies for the semi-finals of the world title eliminator. So that was dope. Then we had a Penta interview before Penta could even get a word out, though. He got distracted by 2 people wearing green lucha masks. Obviously, we know who that is. FTR then ambushed Penta and stood tall, holding the AEW world titles and the AAA tag titles all the same. They own the AAA titles, though. Those are theirs. Pac came in running, and FTR retreated. So good to see Pac still on the side of his homies, still got his homies back. That was what's up. Death Triangle still exists. Then we had Andrade versus Britt Baker. I enjoyed this. This is a pretty good match. Let's see. Andrade had the upper hand early in the match. Then Andrade hit a flatliner. She tried to lock in the Koji clutch at one point. Baker blocked it and countered with a flatliner of her own. Rebel offered Britt tried to give Britt the glove. Britt gets Anna into the crucifix pinfall, but Anna gets out and out the pinfall, kicks out at 2. Jay locked in the Queen Slayer at one point. Then Jamie Hayter looks, just to give stares at her or whatever. Then Jay takes out Hayter. Then Baker capitalizes on the distraction and locks in the lockjaw, forcing Jay to tap out. I think we all expected that. Baker attacked Andrade after the match. Then Tay Conti ran in to force Baker to retreat. Conti stands tall, holding the AEW World Title. So, yeah, fuck my friend, bitch. She can't do nothing. But me, I'm going to take this from you, I guess is what they were saying. It was a fun match, though. Good segment. After that, we had a banger. Banger. I'm not even going to describe the match. It was fire. It was much, much better than their first match. I highly recommend, if you have to watch any match from the 3 hours of wrestling that came on TV last night, this is the one you need to go watch. It was pretty much the only one you need to go watch. Last night was a promo-heavy night on both shows. Well, maybe not on Rampage as much, but it's only an hour-long show, so any promos take up a lot of time on that show. But Andrade versus Pac 2. Whew. Man. These dudes could wrestle. Really, really, really good. Pac's one of my favorite wrestlers in the world. His aggression, his character, his non-character character. His character is the bastard. I guess he does have a character. It's actually a really good one. His character is the bastard, and it's great. It's what he should have been doing in WWE the whole time. He was only doing it for a little bit after his whole stint with Enzo, and when he got pissed off and was able to change up a little bit, but obviously, AEW knew exactly what to do with him. They capitalized on what he already knew he could do, and he's been doing great at it. He's had some travel issues during early in the COVID thing, and some injury issues, and can't seem to keep his momentum going. But Pac is one of the best on the planet, no discussion at all. It's a reason he's in a crew with Penta and Ray Phoenix, two of the greatest wrestlers on the planet. You know what I mean? So. He's right up there with the best, any of the best you could think of or name. Pac is right up there at the top of the list with those guys. So good to see him have another great match. Andrade, good to see him have a good match as well. This was more about the angle after the matches, which is what I want to discuss, because after Pac got the win with a sneaky roll-up, the lights went out. And the lights came back on, and that only happens with one person, Malachi Black, standing in the ring with half his face painted black, looking like he got punched in the eye over and over again. Andrade and Black attack Pac. Andrade and Black attack Pac. Then they came from the back. Then he did go smoke a I don't know, it sounded like the start of a rap. Arn Anderson came out with his old ass. I guess he was planning on putting the motherfucking 40 cal to somebody's dome and popping a cap in somebody's ass, but that didn't happen, thank God. He taunts Black, and then that's when Cody comes out, and he takes out both Andrade and Black. Cody looks to hit Black with a steel chair, but Black got away at that point. Then that's how the night came to an end, man. I like it. I don't know if they're going to do something with Andrade and Malachi Black. Andrade needs to be with somebody. He can't talk. He can't cut a promo. He's never going to get over if he can't cut a promo. People are going to get real tired of him. But he has everything. The swag. I thought the Vicky Guerrero thing was good, but she's already with Nyla. She needs to focus on Nyla. I get that. But they should have put him with, I don't think, I forgot who they just had with him for a couple days. That didn't really work. They need somebody younger, somebody hipper, or somebody just with more experience as a manager. I thought obviously Zelina Vega would have been the perfect pickup, but she re-signed with WWE. But him and Malachi Black could work. Is he going to do the whole dark, creepy, sinister cult thing? Andrade don't really seem like his type of gimmick. He's wearing like $1,000 suits. Well, so is Malachi, I guess. Maybe not. I don't know. But it could work. It could work. But yeah, like I said, Camilla just mentioned it. He went off on Twitter. He didn't go off on Twitter. It was a short and sweet post. And he just said, F you, WWE. Very simple, sweet to the point. Now, we could assume that he was talking about what was going on with his girl backstage with Charlotte. Obviously, they're in a relationship. She knows everything going on there. He got fired by the company. He don't fuck with them like that. So anything that happens to her, he's probably extra sensitive to, understandably. Or he could have been just like, yeah, you got rid of both of us, like me and this guy, and you saw that match we just had, right? Yeah, fuck you. So could have been either one, but either way, we get the point, Andrade. So this match was phenomenal. Definitely recommend you guys go watch it. That's the end of the Rampage review. And after the review, you know what we do, baby. One more time. Time for the blunt ratings.
It's time for the Blunt Ratings. If this is your first time tuning in, this is how the Blunt Ratings work. We take each show and break them down into 5 categories: matches, promos and backstage segments, storytelling, commentary, and the crowd. For each category, each show can get up to 5 blunts. The average score of those 5 categories stands as the official Blunt Rating. Those are the rules. Now let's get right into tonight's edition of the Blunt Ratings.
We want the smoke. It's on tour. We want the smoke. We want the smoke. Come on, Charlie.
We want smoke, we want smoke, we want the smoke, It sucks I'm doing this show solo today, man. It's always fun doing a show with Two-Face. Like y'all call us now the dynamic duo. The energy is always better when I got my bro in here talking wrestling with me. But we'll figure out what's going on with Ecamm. It's the streaming platform I use. I'm not sure what the hell is going on with it, but we'll figure it out. But let's finish the show up with these Rampage blunt ratings. As far as matches on Rampage, there was a 4.5 blunt match to end the show. Britt Baker and Andrade was pretty good match. I enjoyed it. And Orange Cassidy and Will Hobbs did what it was supposed to do. I'm going to give the matches a 4 for Rampage. That show is all about the wrestling. They usually have 3 matches on the show. Each match is going to get, 10 to 15 minutes. So people are going to get to show what they can do. And I love it. Promos and backstage segments, I'm going to say 2.5. Wasn't really a whole lot. Penta getting attacked by FTR was cool. But he didn't really get to cut that much of a promo. And there wasn't really much talking besides that. Yeah, was what it was. So I'll give him 2.5 just to stay in the middle. Storytelling. I love what they're doing with the women's division, getting some more women involved. I think Andrade and Tay Conte are good contenders for the women's title in AEW. I think Andrade's probably better suited for the TBS title, but I think Tay Conti could hold that world title. She's talented enough in the ring, got a judo or martial arts background already, so I could see her doing some things. I want to see Nyla Rose get back in the title picture, and I want to see Jade Cargill in the title picture at some point. But you can't have them beat Britt Baker because she's technically a heel. So she's going to have to drop the belt to a babyface before those two get a real shot at it, in my opinion. So storytelling, I'll give the storytelling a solid 3.5 as far as, the storytelling during the matches and everything like that. So commentary, 2. I'm sorry. If Chris Jericho is going to do commentary, he's going to need to change his voice, not talk so much, and become a different person, because I don't ever want to hear him on commentary again, ever. He's never been good. He's never been good on commentary, ever. He's the most annoying commentator. You can't be a babyface commentator and sound like him. Who listens to him and yeah, that's a babyface comment? He's loud and annoying and obnoxious. Bro, shut the fuck up. You're not. I mean, I see you trying to put people up, but bro, you suck at this. I know he's good at a lot of things, but he sucks at commentary. He's horrible. I hate him on commentary. I hate him more than I hate Charlotte throwing the belt at Becky's feet. Facts. I hate it. I don't ever want to hear him on commentary again, even though I know it's gonna keep happening. Laylo out of you and Two-Face, who is Batman and who is Robin. Of course I'm Batman. What are you talking about? It's not even a question. I'm the one with all the gadgets. You know what I mean? It's easy answer right there. Let's see. Michael Cole is better than Jericho. Michael Cole is a legend. That's fucked up, Gruss. I'm mad you even did that comparison. We give Michael Cole a hard time. Michael Cole is very good at his job. Let's not. He's had moments. His feud with Jerry Lawler, terrible. About a year or so ago, before Pat McAfee and all these people showed up to help him out, it was bad. I feel like that's because it's clearly because he didn't have anybody to play off of. The team was boring. So he was boring. It just sounded like a robot. It was just very annoying commentary. He's clearly better than Jericho. He's better than most people. That's why he's been around for 25 years. You know what I mean? He's not. You could be annoyed with him and shit, but goddamn, man, he's still like top 10 wrestling color commentators ever. His voice is on half of WWE's greatest moments of all time. Like, Michael Cole 2011. So, oh God, that was the Jerry Lawler, the orange fucking leotard. That's like one of the. It's like a stand. He won the match. Let's not forget, he won WrestleMania as a heel after being stuck in a cage on a commentary desk for like 3 months. Like that's what it was no payoff for all that bullshit that we had. No payoff at all. Jerry Lawler lost the match. That was that. And the crowd at Rampage, 5 blunts. AEW crowd, actually 4.5 blunts. 4.5 blunts just because AEW crowds be annoying with how they be trolling. So it was a 5 under any circumstance. Now it's a 4.5 is the ceiling until y'all stop being weird and acting like people can't watch WWE as well as AEW. I feel like AEW fans are the only ones who are like that. WWE fans, most of them just like, I just watch wrestling. I just want to watch whatever's on. AEW fan, you ain't watching AEW, you suck. You don't know wrestling. You don't know what you're talking about. Just cancel your fucking networks. Cancel your cable. Don't ever look at TV again. It's like, wait a minute, what? Like, goddamn, my nigga. Like, I like it too. I like everything. What's wrong? Oh man, but it's funny. It's kind of how like New Japan fans used to be. Oh, you don't know about New Japan? You ain't a real fan. You know those people. So don't be those guys. So Don West from TNA was the best. I gotta look that up. Don West commentator. Yeah, Don West was good on commentary. Good shout. That's a good shout. I was like, Don West. Yeah. Good shout on that. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Decent shows last night. Nothing spectacular. Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar segments were great. The championship exchange was a fucking mess. Interested to see what comes out of that. More rumors and news of shenanigans between Becky and Charlotte. Charlotte to AEW confirmed. I could see it happening. Her contract's up in a couple years, I think. She might be trying to force her way out of there now. She starts enough problems with talent that they're invested in. And she could find herself on the chopping block as well if they don't feel like she's drawing or people don't want to see her. The ratings are down when she's on TV. They'll find some reasons. Charlotte would be next. I know the legacy, but Ric Flair got dropped from WWE. They literally canceled her father. I wouldn't be surprised they were like, we kind of need to separate from the Flair name altogether. I wouldn't be surprised if that was part of the issue with the whole thing, like them firing her dad and blah, blah, blah. And after all this time, of course, everybody at the company knew what happened on the plane ride from hell. But then all of a sudden, now that a movie comes out about it, they got to fire him and not be associated with him. Bitch, that shit happened 30 years ago. Half of y'all was there. How am I getting fired now? It's like John Gruden being fired on his day off. Like, bitch, I wasn't even working for the NFL. How y'all fire me from some shit that I said? I wasn't even working for y'all. Why you hire me, bitch? So watch Dark Side of the Ring XPW episode. I have to catch up on Dark Side. I haven't watched the episode since the Plane Ride from Hell episode. So I miss when we used to be able to review those for the podcast. We're going to be bringing back a lot of stuff in 2022. Just really trying to organize everything. But anyways, it is what it is. That's not the subject right now. That's it for our show today, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, earlier I was choking on. I don't know what the fuck I was choking on. Goddamn. Rick is a perv. Yes, Rick is a perv. I think we've all established that. He's a little pervy. He likes to twirl his little peen, or apparently big peen. That's so gross. Why would Tommy Dreamer say that? That's so Tommy Dreamer. You're fucking weird, bro. Commenting on another man's penis size. What's wrong with you? Anyways, yeah. Anybody who twirls their penis around in front of guys is weird and a perv and a creep and probably goes both ways. So not that there's anything wrong with that. So whatever floats your boat. So that's our show. Ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you guys here as always. And yeah, man, I'll see you guys on Tuesday. We might show up on Monday to do a review of Bound for Glory. Impact is doing their yearly WrestleMania pay-per-view this weekend. Braun Strowman might show up. If some big things happen on the show, we will be doing a review for that. So look out for that on Monday. If it's a blah show, then see you guys on Tuesday for the Raw review and Wild News joint. But whenever we see you, we'll see you at 420, hopefully, unless there's some more technical difficulties. Yeah, we'll see you guys at 420. Go smoke some weed. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Yeah, football tomorrow. Love football season. See you guys next time. Deuces.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to know when we go live next. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Wrestling on Weed, and thanks for watching.